It ain't just Colorado feeling the Deion effect. The whole world's on the bandwagon, and I'm looking forward to Saturdays now because Deion got me wanting to be hyped. He's got me pumped through the week, and then I go and watch 60 Minutes. I'm all excited to see Deion. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna praise him up. We got a positive role model. We got a great stand-up father figure for boys that need it most. This is gonna be the greatest interview. He's gonna give me some coaching tips. And then this guy, it looks like it says his name's Dragan Mabolzevich or something like that. This asshole just totally ruins the whole interview. Let's watch this for a minute here. Like, how you f up a Deion interview?
Sanders is revered. He is reviled. But his sudden impact is indisputable. For the second time in two radically different environments, unapologetic as ever, he's shaking the
gotta apologize for it,
like
motherfucker. He's winning.
Are you the change agent? Are you the ultimate change agent?
I make a difference. I truly make a difference. I make folks nervous, man. I get folks moving in their seat. I get folks twirling their thumbs. I get them thinking and second guessing themselves. You know what? Have you ever been so clean that you walked in and somebody looked down at you, then they looked at themselves, they had to check themselves because you were so clean? I have that effect.
That's the vibe you're getting.
No, I have that effect.
This is a master class in itself right here. Interviewer's like, oh, you think you're cool, huh? And he says, I have that effect on people. Deion's very religious. He's not gonna claim that he's anything other than what God says he is. So he can't claim that he's a change agent, but he can say he has that effect on people. And then what he's doing is he's looking this guy in the eye because this guy's tried to dig up dirt on him and he knows it. This guy's dug into his background and he knows it. Already giving off the vibes that he's unfriendly towards Deion, and Deion knows it. And so when Deion says, I have that effect on people, then he points out exactly what this reporter's doing. He says, I get people nervous moving in their chair. And if you look, that guy's head's moving like it was in the beginning. He said, I get them twiddling their thumbs. And it doesn't show him because it cut that out, but I guarantee you that's exactly what that reporter was doing because he's talking directly to him. And he's saying, I get people nervous. I get people twiddling their thumbs. And that dude's sitting there like, he's putting it in this guy's face. He said, you ever been so clean that when you walk into the room, they gotta look and make sure that they're not dirty? Because he's saying, I know that you looked into my background, motherfucker, and my so legit. Let me f around and find out about your background before you ask me another question. Know that I already got you moving. I already got you nervous and twiddling your thumbs, and you know I'm clean as a whistle, so bring what the f you're gonna bring on to me. That's what Deion's saying literally 10 seconds into this interview, and this dude's already disgusted with himself and scared of Deion. I love it. See, and then he laughs
at him. Good game right there, boy.
I see, that's good game I just gave you. He's laughing at him.
We got now. We ain't coming no more.
And look what he's doing for these kids.
This was the scene in the locker room 2 weekends ago.
Give me my theme music.
Do you feel like you were underestimated? You come here and it's, I don't know if Coach Prime can win. You must have heard what some of these other coaches were saying, both secretly and out loud.
That's fear.
Fear.
Yeah, that's fear. That's like, hey man, shoot, we don't want to let that engine that could get going, because if that engine that could get going, he gonna start saying, I think I can, I think I can. And sooner or later, he gonna start saying, I know I can, I know I can. Then sooner or later, he gonna start saying, I did that.
See, what that interviewer is trying to do is trying to draw out Deion's arrogance, and Deion ain't talking about himself. He's giving parables like Jesus would give in all reality, because what that guy's doing is trying to get some sort of talking point out of Deion so they can chop it up, make it go viral on the internet. You know, the world hates a winner, and I just want to remind everybody that Deion played in the Super Bowl and the World Series in the same season. That's like, will probably never happen again, ever. So you want to hate on a winner, that's a winner to hate on, I guess.
What's this been like for you?
It's been a lot of fun.
That guy's happy as hell.
Rick George, who hired Coach Prime, has been Colorado's athletic director for a decade. Fair to call this a bit of a Hail Mary?
It wasn't a Hail Mary, but it...
See, the guy there again, he tried to like downplay, well, it was a bit of a Hail Mary. No, listen, this is a business decision. We knew what we were doing.
But it was a moment in time for our university and our athletic department.
It's the perfect moment in time.
We were either going to be relevant or we were going to be irrelevant.
This team won one game last season.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, in a way, a point of appeal?
God wouldn't relocate me to something that was successful. That don't make sense, do it? He had to find the most disappointing and the most difficult task. And this is what it was.
I love that.
And this is what it is. And I love that.
Me too.
You left Jackson State and you left quick. What did you tell those
I didn't
kids?
leave
What did you tell
quick.
those kids?
See, shut them down
Quick,
again.
that's what
Listen, I didn't leave quick. I was there for 2 years. That's not quick. Quick is when you start a job and you quit the next week.
Slow down. I didn't leave quick. I left when I was supposed to leave. We finished. Most coaches get a new job and they leave expeditiously. I finished the task.
You say finish the task. Was there more work you could have done in Jackson, or?
I think we did a
Always
tremendous
more work you
job
can do
in Jackson.
anywhere, but
I
we're
think
on to
we
the next job.
Laid down a tremendous blueprint.
We tried to press Sanders on the circumstances surrounding his abandoning the mission at Jackson State. But on
Abandoning
this
the mission?
topic, he was about as elusive as he was returning punts for touchdowns in the NFL.
He got a raise, a pay increase, and an opportunity to go from D1 to the big leagues. What you talking about abandon? If Spotify offered this jerk off a job right now for $10 million a year, he'd abandon 60 Minutes like he didn't even know who the hell they were. And he wants this guy to be loyal, who went down and spent 2 years of his life changing these people's life. This guy cucks in the evening time. I'm not sure for who, but this guy is definitely a fruit bag and a half, man.
What'd you tell those kids when you left?
Opportunity. Called sooner and later in life, there will be opportunity that knocks at your door. And at this juncture in my life, I felt like the opportunity for not only me, but for my kids as well, was tremendous. Not only did we take several kids from that team, 3 trainers, maybe 12 to 14 staffers. So we afforded to give people a tremendous opportunity here.
The distance between Jackson and Boulder is 1,000 miles, and immeasurably further culturally. Sanders went from
Here we
a
go with
city
the
that's
racist.
83% black to one that is 1% black. From a place with a water crisis to the kind of hipster college town where there's a shop devoted to kites.
What the does a water crisis got to do with Dion? This is the manipulation they're trying to use to get you to hate Dion because he's making a positive impact. Dion don't got nothing to do with the damn water being out. You think he went down there and he's like, listen, I'm gonna need you to run this route, and when you're done, turn those 3 fire hydrants on over there and flood this fucking place, right? That's like the most ridiculous association. That's the most ridiculous association ever. They're just trying to find ways to divide us. That's what they're constantly doing. We finally get a role model. We finally get somebody we look up to. We finally get a fucking winner in the spotlight. When's the last time we had a winner in the spotlight in America? And it's so obvious to somebody like myself who can just watch this, but to the masses who aren't really paying attention, they just think, oh man, he left them kids. That's terrible. We got to be better than this, man.
He was less embracing of the incumbent Colorado players. At the first team meeting in December, Sanders encouraged players to enter the transfer portal, an open market for athletes to find new schools,
I promise you, it's my job to get rid of.
and make room for superior talent he planned to bring in.
So this guy, again, he forced students into the transfer. No, this is what he said. I promise you, if you're not going to do the work here, you might as well transfer out because we're going to get rid of you. You're either going to come here, you're going to do the work, you're going to show up, and you know you have the ability to win a championship, or you need to hit the transfer portal. So everybody that knows they're not championship material needs to transfer out of here. And he's about to say this, but if someone thinks they're not championship material, they're not. They got to go.
More than 50 players eventually transferred out.
50 people
You
left.
got here and you didn't pull punches. You told some of these guys.
Have I ever? You take a team that's won 1 game and you fire the whole coaching staff. So who did the coaching staff recruit?
Listen,
The kids.
listen.
So the kids are just as much to blame as the coaching staff. And I came to the conclusion that a multitude of them couldn't help us get to where we wanted to go.
You told most of these guys, the more you jump in, the more room you're gonna make. Those of you we don't run off, we're gonna try to make you quit.
Yeah.
You made it very clear.
He's building Navy SEAL football team. Imagine if you go to the Navy SEALs and like, look, you can ring the bell 3 times before we kick you out. If you don't feel like jogging this morning, we're gonna let you out of here. Nah, they're trying to get you to quit because they're trying to see what you're made of. He's talking about this is what we're doing. We're paying on activity, productivity, and results. That's what's gonna get you on this team. And we're gonna push you so far beyond your comfort zone and so far beyond what you think is possible to see what you're made of, because if you're gonna win a championship, those are the things you gotta do. Way outside your comfort zone and push harder than you've ever had before, because somebody on that other team might be stronger, quicker, smarter, and they're gonna be pushing with all they got against you, so you've gotta go all the way in. Foolish that this dad bod Jake from State Farm looking motherfucker doesn't get the concept of winning.
I'm sure that your straight talk was appreciated by some, but is this scorched earth policy good for college football or for the kids?
The truth?
I think truth is good for kids.
Yeah.
We're so busy lying, we don't even recognize the truth no more in society.
Oh, you hear what he's giving real game right there. They're so busy lying. He said they're so busy lying, they don't even know what the truth is anymore.
I got to push back on this. You're a father of college athletes.
Yes.
If they called you and say, hey, we got a new coach and they're telling me to get in the transfer portal.
I say, son, you must not be doing well.
That's what you'd say.
You
Yeah,
must not
me
be
too.
doing well because you should be an asset
must not be
and not a
performing.
liability.
Who's the best coach in college football today?
Me.
Let me see a mirror so I can look at it.
The guy hates it. He hates it.
You think I'm gonna sit up here and tell you somebody else?
Winners don't tell you that somebody else is better
that's the way
than
I
them.
operate? That somebody else got that on me? But I tell you this, I love and I adore and I respect, and every time I do a commercial with Coach Saban, it's a gift. Just sitting in his presence and hearing him and throwing something else out there so I could hear his viewpoint on it, because he's forgotten more things than I may ever accomplish. So I'm a student looking up to this wonderful teacher saying, just throw me a crumb of what you know.
For all the bling and bluster, there is some humility, and the current mania may die down a bit as Colorado
Sounds like a
faces a welter of tougher opponents the rest of the season. But Deion Sanders has invigorated a campus, a program, an entire sport.
Game ball, Peggy.
And damn if he hasn't made it fun.
Give me my theme music.
Let this whole video be a lesson for you guys out there. You want to win. That's why you're watching the video. That's why you're following Dion. You want to be a winner. And just know that when you're a winner, there can only be one winner. There's a whole bunch of losers. So you just got to expect for people to try to tear you down. People try to get you to trip on your words. People try to get you to stumble, fall. They laugh at you when you make a mistake. They try to pull you back down when you're going to the top. Just know that that's life. And the best thing that you can do for yourself and them and everybody else involved with you is win anyway. Rise above.